friends, today I want to show you the productivity planner. I actually heard about this online for quite a while, and I went to a co-working space here in Toronto, and they were doing a promotion where for a day pass you would get a copy of the productivity planner. So I thought this is a perfect way to get a copy finally, and yeah, so I really like this one. Not for an everyday planner. I think this is a great planner for when you have really busy days and you really need to just buckle down and get stuff done. So I would not recommend this as like your daily planner because I don't think anyone ever has like super crazy productive days every day, but we'll get into it. So the page starts with your, if this is found kind of information, and then there's the title page. There's a dedication, which is really nice. There are some pages like how to use the planner. There's even an actual like contents page. And then there's the concept. There are these quotes throughout the the planner. And just kind of like some stories behind like why they created this, what works with this book. The basic premise is that you're using the Pomodoro technique. So the Pomodoro, technically Pomodoro means tomato in Italian, but the idea is that you set a 25-minute time frame where you just do focused work. And then you take, they explain it here, and then you take 5 minutes as a break. And then you keep repeating it, and I think after, I forget if it's, they do explain it here. I think it's like after 3 or 4 Pomodoros, which are the 25 time slots, then you take a longer break. And then you repeat this over and over. So the idea is to like really, really focus on getting stuff done. So this planner is all about time tracking and like kind of knowing what you need to get done, why you want to get it done, prioritizing it, and then also estimating how long each thing will take, and then writing down how much it actually took. And I think that's actually really important because so many times we create these to-do lists that are really, really ambitious, and when you start writing down how much time you think it'll actually take, you realize, oh my goodness, that's like 9 hours of work and you only really have 4 hours in a day. So maybe you should modify your list, maybe prioritize things to the next day, and see what you really need to get done today. So I really like this because you do have this is sort of like guiding you through this, and I've already read this before, but I'll just explain it quickly when you're actually in the weekly spread. So here there's like this little section where you're committing yourself to being productive with this productivity planner, and how you're going to use it for at least 5 days in a row, and what you want to actually work on and what you expect to finish. And it's even nice that you have like some reward here. Now the idea here is that you're going to be working on something very specific for 3 months. This planner is not meant for a year. This is only a 3-month planner. So be aware of that. And so this is just kind of like the layout of every week. So I will just get started. So here is weekly planning. So this was me starting out this planner. So here you have for the week of, and then you write down all the tasks that you want to get done that week, and then you're going to prioritize them. So what are the most important top 5, what are the second top 5, and what are the tertiary top 5 or additional tasks. So it goes on like this. So basically each day you have 1 page. I will bring you to a blank page here so you can see, get a better sense of what it looks like. So it's a date, there's a quote, the most important task. So out of the weekly tasks, pick the one thing that is really, really important that you must get done today. target is just like how much time do you think will it actually take, and then this is a tracker, so as you tick off each 25-minute timer, then you mark off one of these boxes, and then you write down how much actual work you thought, how much work it actually took. So for example, I have here how I thought that, you know, like preparing for interviews was going to take me 3 Pomodoros, which is about an hour and a half, but in fact it took me 2, so I wrote down 2. But sometimes it goes the other way, where you think email is only going to take you a 25-minute break because you think, oh, I don't have that much email, but next thing you know, you're writing and responding and getting more email, etc., and next thing you know, it actually took you an hour. So I really like this method because it gives you a really good insight into like what your to-dos actually mean, and it's not just writing a bunch of things and then hoping for the best. And then here you have a weekly notes page. I think it's just to write things down. And then here is a weekly review page, which I think is really helpful. I really need to do this more often. So you have your weekly wins, and it says what's going well, any wins, big or little, this week, what tasks were not completed last week, recommit to complete these tasks next week, what have you learned this week, how will you implement this in the future, and next week, what actions will you take to ensure your week is productive. So the idea here is to review what you've done, what didn't work, what did work, and just get better for the next week. And then the week just kind of repeats. So you have your week overview, your dailies, and your week notes, and your weekly review, and then every 2 weeks, you get a big quote like this, and then it just kind of repeats all throughout. If you have noticed, there's one little bit that I thought this was kind of curious. So this planner specifically focuses on 5 days of work. So I think that's why there are 5 most important tasks, because you specify this task is for 1 day, etc., etc. So you're meant to have 5 days of work, 5 most important tasks, and then each one of these gets placed into the most important task of the day, and that's it. So I guess if you're working 6 or 7 days a week, which maybe you shouldn't be, but maybe you need to at some point, maybe you're on a deadline, then you would have to like modify this planner somehow to, I guess you would just move on to the next week, or maybe use their printables on their site. So the cool thing about the productivity planner is that if you want to try out this planner without purchasing it first, you can download this exact same layout on their website, and it's completely free. You don't have to like sign up for a newsletter or anything, I don't think, or maybe you do, but it's totally worth it. Their newsletter is actually really good, and I'm a fan of their productivity articles and things that they send. So yeah, so I guess like if you had a very, very busy week, you could just download that file and then, you know, print it out as much as you want, and you can like tack it on to this planner. There is no pocket in the back, which is unfortunate, like if you wanted to keep things in here, so just make a note of that. I did have some testing pages, pen test pages here. The gel pen doesn't do that great. I think it depends on how much it bothers you, but I think it does ghost fairly badly. Like it's darker than I would like it to be. So I do have some other pens that I want to test out, and since this is just the acknowledgements page, I don't mind if I mess this page up. So I brought some extra pens to try out. So this is the Pilot G7, so let's try this one out. This is the Pentel RSVP. This is your Staedtler Tri-Plus fine liner. And then I also brought this Muji pen because I'm a fan of Muji pens, and This is the 0.5. Depending on the paper, sometimes these pens can smudge, so I like testing them out first in the back so you don't get any surprises. So, oh, yeah, there it goes. And it's smudged. This Cellar's fine. Well, this is gonna be fine. Oh, that's a little smudgy. I think if you let it dry for a little longer than whatever that was, like maybe 10 seconds, I think it'll be fine. But if you want to prevent smudging and just be like extra careful, just use a ballpoint or a fine liner. And you can see here that the fine liner does not really ghost too much. I don't know, I think these two are probably the best. You know, like this is the fine liner here, and this is the ballpoint, and that's the ballpoint as well. The paper isn't super thick, which is probably why it ghosts so much. But, you know, this is a very, very, what do you call it? A very functional planner. Like, you're not going to put in stickers and, you know, draw with tombos or whatever and like make it super pretty. This is very much a get your stuff done, write your to-do list, and get on with your work kind of planner. So yeah, so anyway, I hope this review helped you, and if you have any questions, please ask in the comment section down below. Also, guess what? So thanks to the Productivity Planner, I will be hosting a giveaway for one copy. So one lucky winner will be winning a copy of this planner. So please leave a comment down below and let me know why you want to win this planner. What kind of projects do you have in mind? What will this help you accomplish? And yeah, just let me know. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this review, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.